By my experience, sometimes it's the most newest or like, self-funded projects or companies or new startups that know what the fuck they're talking about more than these big established like mega corporations. In my experience of working with a lot of different people.
for sure. Yeah.
Have you heard of the Peter Principle?
No.
It's this concept of you get promoted. I don't know why it's called the Peter Principle, but you get promoted. Every time you do a good job at your job, you go to the next like manager and then like the next manager. But the problem is that when you stop getting promoted, it's because you're not good at your job anymore.
Right.
So you stay in that job that you're not good at. And that's how managers get up to a point where they can't be as good as they should be for a job that they got promoted into.
Why is it called? Is it because Peter just fucked up one day?
Yeah, I don't
realized
know.
he's like, oh shit.
Yeah, some guy named Peter really fucked up. Yeah.
It's like Peter over here.
Oh, that's interesting. The higher you go, the more likely you are to fail. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's because, you're literally like put in a position that you weren't trained for.
Right.
Like over and over again.
Oh.
Because once you get good at something, you just move on.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's like it has a lot to do with the promotion kind of like culture. So it depends on if that's something that like they're enforcing. Because like sometimes you'll get people that are like really good artists or really good engineers, and then they're like, "You've been promoted to sales."
And it's like I don't know how to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But the pay's better, so okay, I guess so. And so.
Jeez.
Well, everything goes back to management. It's just like you are like you're like, you're really good at this one thing. How do I do more of this one thing? Well, you got to manage people to help you do this one thing.
Yeah.
And then you hire more people, and then what you end up doing is managing.
Yeah. No, because I don't even animate that much anymore. It's crazy, dude. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I'm in a position where I think I'm like decent at management.
Yeah.
At the very least, so that helps. But I say that while like our studio is definitely very chaotic still. So like it's definitely being held together by like tape.
Willpower.
Yeah, pretty
Willpower
much.
of animators.
Pretty much.
I'm convinced there's not a single like group or like organization that is actually like prim and proper.
Like rock solid.
Yeah, like rock solid. I just don't
agree.
think it exists. Like
Yeah.
they love to tell you that it's like, yeah, we've been around for decades. We're good.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on the inside, no one knows what the fuck's happening
Yeah.
at
that's
all
true.
times,
Yeah.
Like there are some certain roles where I just like growing up, I was like, what the fuck is in a consultant? Like,
I still don't know.
What is a consultant agency? They get paid so much. What do they do?
I have friends who work in consultant firms, and I don't know what they do. I'm like, so what? So what? You teach people to do things or something like that? And they're like, yeah, that's about right. Yeah, like not even they know what they do.
They don't. They
Every
really don't.
consultant I've ever talked to, it has this like vague description of their job where I'm like I come out more confused.
Yeah, it's like we help companies. It's like,
okay, so
do you want to elaborate on that?
What do you do?
Like, no, that's about it.
Is it just this one giant gaslight where companies want to? Because this is one thing I noticed where companies sometimes they need to publicly look like they're doing something,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And they just like spend money to look like they're doing something. And then you go inside and you're like, wait, nobody knows what the fuck is going on either.
No, you want to confuse like a fresh like college graduate? Link them to any like fucking consultant firm website and go to their about section and figure out what the fuck this company is. Because all the time it's just like it's the most vague shit. And somehow it's like, we can give you a 6-figure salary.
I was really curious about it. I ended up watching a lot of stuff that kind of like explained it a bit. And it just seemed like they kind of do everything.
Yeah.
But they just hire, they grab really smart people, and then they just go to companies or companies need help and they'll offer a solution. But a lot of the times their solutions are like really bad.
Yeah.
And it's like, there's been a lot of examples where they have fucked up massively.
Yeah.
And normally it's when companies want to save money and they'll be like, just fire people. And then they'll, like,
It's like, oh, I'm glad I paid you $3,000 an hour for you to tell me that.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah. When you're in trouble, like the consulting firm is also hiring other consulting firms. Like we don't know how to do this, bro.
Well, I think it's like imagine. Whereas like I might ask Gant for some help on like maybe he has a different perspective on my thing. It's just company wide. You're asking like another massive company. Hey, what would you do differently here?
Yeah, like I think.
guess from
the consultants that I know, from what I've heard, sometimes like they're doing the same job that people in the company are doing too.
Yeah,
like they're
right,
actually like developing stuff, and I'm convinced it's literally just they don't want to hire anyone. So they're like, we'll hire the company, and the company will hire people. And I
Then they
think,
can fire them.
yeah, I mean, what else? Because like at some point, it's just like so generalized. Like you just need someone to do a job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just don't have someone. I think that's got to be it. Because none of them are really good at consulting.
I'm not sure. Yeah, it does seem like a very mysterious, not very productive.
Yeah, if there are any consultants watching this episode, please let us know.
please
Like, actually
explain to
give
us.
us in depth, like, literally, what do you guys do on a day-to-day basis? I just want to know, because my consultant friends won't tell me. They're like gatekeeping me for some reason.
Because if you know the secret, Joe,
Then I won't hire them.
Yeah, I think they are purposefully quite secretive.
I think so.
Could be.
I
Yeah.
think they're. I think I watched the John Oliver thing about it, where
Yeah.
they are like told to be just be a bit like keep
Like
to yourself.
mysterious.
Yeah.
I'm sure. To be fair, because they're working for other companies, there's probably NDAs too.
Sure.
Oh, true.
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good excuse. Yeah, NDA.
Yeah, that's the
gap in my resume, you know?
Yeah.
Gap in my
Yeah,
resume.
yeah. NDA 2 years, just hanging out.
It's like, why were I unemployed for 10 years? I actually wasn't. Consultant firm, NDA.
Here's the biggest thing I don't understand. If no one knows what the fuck they do, then how do people hire them for a job if they don't?
That's what I'm
point.
saying. It's
like Joey, you run a company, right?
Okay.
Would you if you if
I
you
needed a
wanted
consultant?
consulting in your company, how would you know which consultancy firm to
Well,
hire?
God, there's a reason why we haven't used a consultant firm yet. Because I don't know. Who do you consult to pick the consultant firm? Is there a consultant firm for that?
Probably. Yeah. Oh my god.
Jesus
Oh
Christ.
my god, man! What am I missing out of this?
Yeah, I know.
I like how one of the things is types of consulting firms and how to join one. like it's a cult or something.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, because there's nothing else you got to know. Just know you want to be here.
Yeah.
You want to get that 6-figure salary.
It's true.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's true. Exactly.
How about anime? I heard you guys like anime.
Well, he likes anime. He likes it. You're doing the wrong guy if you want to talk about anime.
Yeah.
I watched. I don't even think I've watched an anime in the past 3-4 months.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. I haven't watched anime in so long.
I'm strictly manga now.
Oh,
what,
fair.
What was the last big? Dandadan was the last big anime.
Dandadan for sure.
Yeah, Dandadan and
Yeah.
Orb. were
Orb,
the
yeah,
big
those,
two
yeah,
ones,
Orb and Dandadan were the only two I've watched.
Yeah,
I mean,
I've seen
Dandadan
Orb.
was fucking fantastic.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
are both
that's good.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it does feel like, I don't know, I'm kind of like content only watching the cream of the crop.
Yeah,
I don't really
Yeah.
enjoy 7 out of 10 shows like I used to.
that's fair.
I used to used to be able to just watch a 7 out of 10 and be like, that was a
I've
good
seen,
time.
yeah, because I've seen enough now where it's like I'll maybe watch like 1, sometimes 2 episodes, and I'm like, I got the gist of this now.
Yeah,
It's like it's exactly like these 5 other shows that I've seen before, but just
Yeah.
mixed together.
Yeah, that's true.
know?
Especially isekais.
Oh
YouTube.
my god.
Yeah,
YouTube
true.
is like genuinely 85% of my like media consumption. Like,
Yeah.
not including games.
Yeah.
But like it's like 10% movies, 5% TV show, 85% YouTube.
That's fair.
I watch a lot of YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy because YouTube is definitely like, I don't know if it is already or if it's going to be like in like next 5-10 years, but it's gonna way outcompete TV, right? Like TV is still kind of there
yeah.
for like, I feel like the boomer generation, they're still watching TV, but like YouTube is just, I don't know if TV is gonna exist anymore like in a few years.
Yeah.
Like,
I
honestly.
mean, you know.
I think there'll always be a demand for high quality TV shows, but maybe the generic TV that we know, I don't know if that'll stick around.
Yeah, but it might honestly be like, you know, how TV killed radio, right? And it might be the next thing where it's like now TV is getting killed by YouTube.
Yeah,
Who
like it'll
knows?
still exist in some form.
Yeah. I mean, people still
But-
listen to the radio, but it's
Yeah.
not as big as it was in the 30s, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. But they usually only listen to radio when they can't watch something, like when they're driving, right?
yeah. But even then,
Yeah.
it's like most people just like chuck on Spotify or something.
Yeah,
right?
true.
You
Yeah,
know?
makes sense.
Well, what are we talking about?
We're talking about how YouTube is going to be the thing that kills TV if it hasn't already.
Yeah, like TV might not exist. Like we don't know.
Yeah, I
I think it'll
mean,
just change.
Yeah,
depends what you define by TV. You're talking about like kind of like specific live TV broadcast.
yeah,
Well, I think just like entertainment purpose, right?
yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
because like live sports, that's not going anywhere. People
That's
fucking
true.
love
Yeah.
sports.
I mean,
But it could go on YouTube though.
Yeah, we're still
Yeah.
counting
Yeah.
like online streaming because that's already a thing in terms
Yeah.
of like.
Yeah.
There's like there's apps now that are just dedicated to live sports broadcasting now
Yeah,
that you can
Yeah.
play on the TV, but it's not from, you know.
yeah,
Yeah.
I guess, I mean, it probably just is all streaming now.
Yeah.
yeah,
And then
Yeah.
it's the
Yeah.
TV is just the vehicle and the network and the schedule. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
like news and stuff. People want news. Especially people want.
True.
People do want more of news from a trusted source.
Yeah,
Now.
yeah. Like
Yeah.
a 24/7 news feed, I imagine could be.
24/7
useful
news
for
is
that.
so excessive. There just
Yeah.
can't be things happening at 1 a.m.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
And the
What
worst part is when you go. I don't know. You ever stay in your, when you go to a hotel and you put on like BBC World News or one of the world news stations, and after like 20 minutes of watching, they start repeating the same thing,
Yeah.
the same story,
yeah,
and you're like, That really nothing else happening?
Yeah, I know it's a quiet day when
We
it's
got
like
20 minutes and we're already on the repeats of the
Yeah,
news?
you know
Fuck
it's a
me.
quiet day on the news with those kinds of channels when like they'll show the weather and then 40 minutes later they'll show the weather again. It's like just in case you forgot, it's hot tomorrow.
But it's so useless because on the world news things, they always show you the country weather, which is not helpful unless you live in like, I don't know, Vatican
it's
City.
like, oh, yeah.
The weather is not very helpful country fucking wise.
It's like, oh, thank God I know that Vanuatu is 19 degrees tomorrow. Sick.
But the real question is, how long do you think it's going to be for people to just stop picking what they watch and just
Ooh, and it's all fed to them.
and it's
Algorithm.
just fed to them?
When is
you
it
know?
going to be like
it's kinda
fucking
like that.
like
I
Wall-E?
mean, yeah.
Now, I'm like a best out of 4 checkbox now because I'm not scrolling that far. So I'll look or I'll refresh the page if I don't find something in the first couple of scrolls.
It's gonna, I think it's gonna become boomer in a few years to talk about how you used to like search for what you wanted to watch.
Oh, that's
as opposed to
terrifying.
just as opposed to
You
just
had a recommendation? What are you talking about?
Someone told you to watch something?
yeah.
What is a search bar?
Yeah.
I had to logically think about what I was in the mood to watch as opposed to
How did you decide?
Yes.
Yeah.
Out of the infinite possibilities.
So I kind of just hate how suggestible I am sometimes, where
We all are.
Yeah, exactly. Where I'm like, I don't know what I'm in the mood to watch. I get recommended a clip and I'm like, okay, now this is what I'm in the mood to watch. I'm like, fuck.
It's like when I remember they were getting rid of the YouTube used to automatically open on your subscription feed.
Oh, yeah.
And I remember when they changed it, people got really upset. They were like, what the fuck? What's the point? I don't want to watch any of this shit. I want to watch the people I subscribe to.
Yep.
And a year later, everyone was like, homepage,
Yeah.
homepage only.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, they know exactly who I am. Thank
They,
you.
they actually
Yeah.
knew exactly what
Yeah.
I wanted to watch.
Yeah.
I did not need to use this. Even me, like, I find my subscription page is less helpful now than the
Oh, yeah.
homepage. which
Oh,
is like-
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's still there. I just haven't clicked it in months. Because
Yeah.
every time I do click it, I'm like, I don't want to watch this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of true, yeah.
The illusion of choice.
It is, man. It is. Because you'd subscribe to channels that you liked one video and then,
Yeah.
it pops up and you're like,
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Scary.
It's unfortunate because subscriptions used to mean so much. And now it's like almost a dead weight on my channel.
Totally.
Where I'm like, well, shit, if I have this many subscribers, that just means that if a video doesn't perform as well as YouTube thinks I should be performing, then it's just going to kill my channel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, especially
Yeah.
with like shorts now as well, completely like inflating like how many views you can get as opposed to like, traditionally like long form content as
yeah.
well.
Shorts are interesting because actually they kind of brought back animation on YouTube as well.
Oh,
I believe that. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Absolutely.
it's a totally. I mean, I don't know if it's financially viable to be fair, because shorts are not really
you're
that.
like 4 pence for
Yeah.
5 million
Yeah.
views.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I see a lot more animators on YouTube now that are just making shorts.
Yeah.
And
And they're not just, they're thriving on
Yeah.
there as well.
Yeah, they're killing it. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
I've seen a few creators who, I knew from like long form content and I was like, why did they stop posting? And they just went on their shorts and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or even when you just go on a channel that's like, you don't have any videos. How do you have 2 million subscribers?
Oh, yeah.
And you go to the shorts tab. It's like, oh, okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you going to do shorts?
Yeah, we probably will. Like, I haven't really done them much,
Mm-hmm.
just because we don't really have a lot of time to like dedicate to it. But we plan to. Like, I think some clips and stuff from the show would be really cool to do in shorts because
Yeah.
a lot of shorts I think do really well if there's like a snippet of storytelling. Actually, this is really annoying. But you know how many clips of like shows I've seen on YouTube Shorts where it's just like, okay, I'm just scrolling and
Out
like,
of context.
completely out of
Don't provide-
context.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how does this have like 1 million views? Like, it doesn't even end in a way that's satisfying. Like, they don't show the whole scene,
Yeah.
but it does so well. And I'm like, we could probably do that.
Something about it is like hacking our brains to draw us in.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
making us watch. And I don't know how, because it feels like it really hard to replicate consistently.
Yeah. I mean,
Realistically speaking, you could theoretically take the pilot of Soulmart and just chop it up into 67-second bits.
just randomly.
Just in order, and then upload them in random order.
Yeah.
And it'll probably do really, really
I mean,
well.
I'm pretty sure I've seen some shows purely through just shorts.
Yeah.
Where you get recommending one thing and then another out of context scene and you're like, wait, I think this like leads into like that scene.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
And then you search part 57. You're just like,
Yeah.
I gotta know.
That was the good old days.
It's literally taking it back to like the Naruto episode 1 sub Espanol part 1 of 3, but you can't find 2 of 3.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, fuck.
Yeah, watching shorts has actually made me realize, maybe I don't need to watch something in order. You know, maybe Harry was onto something.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Endless 8 was way ahead of its time.
Yes. Good damn.
Jesus Christ.
Oh man, linear storytelling overrated actually.
Yeah. Far out.
Was it you who told me you watched Breaking Bad through shorts?
No, I mean I watched Breaking Bad, but I've rewatched Breaking Bad I think through shorts.
Yeah, that's accurate.
No, for me it was Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
The worst ones are the ones where they're like, Walter White did this, and then he did this, and this is what caused Skylar to be mad at him. And it's like an AI voice. I'm like, what is this filth? And then it has like 2 million likes. I'm like, I'm jumping off a cliff.
Yeah.
Like, watch what happens to Jesse after Walter said this.
This scene made Walter piss himself. And I'll be like, ridiculous. It's so stupid.
Yeah.
I can't stand it. But at the same time, it's working. So good for
It
them.
is working.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's stories that sell. Like,
true.
It's as long as there's a hook in the first 5 seconds, which, you know, if you write a scene, like there's going to be one, usually like in TVs and stuff. So they're just exploiting the work that someone else already did to make it.
Pretty much.
engaging.
It's just very good storytelling.
Yeah.
And every episode can be cut up into little mini stories in themselves.
Yeah.
And sometimes the hook is enough. And then even if a clip ends halfway, you're like, well, shit, now I want to see the rest of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I heard that like in China, there's like short form shows that are just actually, that's the whole show. It's like, I think maybe like, it might be like 3 minutes or 5 minute episodes, but I think they're vertical format. They might be horizontal, but they're just viewed on like, I think Douyin, which is like the Chinese TikTok.
I mean, I prefer that to like Netflix when they release like the 3-minute animations on their platform, and then opening the fucking thing takes 3 minutes.
True.
Yeah. Fair.
I mean, it's just basically animated 4 comas at the end of the day.
Yeah,
where,
true.
You know, just very short bursts, very short stories.
Yep.
You know, it's short form storytelling is a lot older than shorts is, you know?
Yeah, true.